Tallow for acne. Today, Grace and I are owners of Oleic Balm, and we're going to be talking about tallow for acne. We've seen a lot of really cool results of people who are struggling with acne, and tallow has been the one product that has actually made a big difference for them. All right, so Grace, tell us though, what is tallow? Because a lot of people are thinking, well, before I know to use it for my acne, I want to know what tallow actually is. So explain what tallow is. Where does tallow come from?
Sure.
And the hint is right behind us, right?
Right, but it's not the grass. It is the animals that eat the grass.
Good one.
So we know that tallow is not from plants. It's from animals. Tallow is actually a rendered fat from animals that eat grass and then they chew their cud. These are cows and goats and sheep and antelope and deer. And when we talk about tallow, we're talking about suet specifically. So suet is part of the ruminant animal's body, and it sits in their abdominal cavity, and it's this big lobe of fat that protects their kidneys. Okay, so suet has a very specific fat composition that is different than the fat that might be on the cut of steak that you enjoy eating. So it's 50% saturated fat, 42% monounsaturated fat, and then only 4% polyunsaturated fat. And this makes tallow, when rendered, which is a slow heating process where you separate the fat from the connective tissue, it makes it into this pure fat that is solid at room temperature and shelf stable and has texture that can vary from being almost waxy to being a fairly creamy texture.
So what we're finding though is a lot of people are using this tallow for acne specifically, and what we love to do is share just some stories with you. So what are the stories that you're hearing?
So I've heard some awesome stories. A lot of women have tried nearly everything. They've tried all the harsh acne treatments that are advertised on the television, and they have success for a little while, but then their skin gets completely it's dry, it's sensitive to the sun, or the medicine isn't working for their body and it's dangerous, and so they want a natural option. And what we found is that tallow, even though it's a fat and even though it's moisturizing your skin and you're covering all of your skin with this fat, is that it doesn't clog your pores, because tallow has natural anti-comedogenic properties, which means it doesn't clog your pores.
Yeah, what we find a lot of times with plant-based medicines and creams, especially for acne or dry skin, it'll just sit on the surface of the skin and people will feel like it's not really penetrating deep down into your skin, where tallow is very different this way. One of the comments we receive on a regular basis is people will say, I feel like the tallow is actually getting down to my problem areas. It's actually being soaked into the area instead of sitting on the top. So that's a big difference. So even if you're using tallow for other things, not just acne, people don't have to worry about a breakout. And I can say personally for me, acne is something I had struggled with for a long time. And now, mostly by diet, I've actually cleaned it up, but once in a while I will have a little bit of breakout. And when I do, it's nice to be able to grab the tallow, and I found for myself that just a little bit of the tallow in a short period of time will create an environment where the acne will start to disappear.
So tallow has this unique ability of protecting our skin's lipid barrier, and that is one of the things that helps keep the moisture in and help our skin stay healthier. And the reason that it helps with that is because it is almost identical to the oil that your skin creates, the sebum, the skin sebum that it creates. So it is extremely moisturizing, and you only have to use a very small amount at a time. So we've had a couple teenagers try our product, which always makes me happy, and one of them, Kayla, sent us pictures. So she sent us her before picture, which you can see right here, and you can see that she has some acne on her forehead. Then we got another one from 24 hours later, and there's noticeably less acne. And then we got another one from 48 hours later, and it was almost clear, like her skin was completely clear. And clearly, that is what her skin needed to heal from the acne. It just needed some moisture, and it needed the specific fatty acids that are found in tallow. So sometimes testimonials are super awesome, and sometimes people use it because they know it's not going to increase their acne. And I love those stories too, because sometimes it's hard to find a moisturizer that works long term to keep your acne at bay, because moisturizers have all sorts of added ingredients. But because our tallow balm is just 2 to 3 ingredients, then it has the simplicity of not affecting your skin in that way. And we have several ladies who use our tallow balm to even out their skin tone as a primer before they apply makeup, and to just as a face moisturizer because they know it will not clog their skin.
And so if you guys want to buy tallow, if you're interested in trying some tallow, we do have samples available. If you're not ready to commit to a whole jar or anything like that, you can get samples at our website, or you can buy a whole jar. We have a variety of different kinds of tallow. All of our tallow is grass-fed, grass-finished. We know our farmers. For example, right behind us is one of our farms that we get our tallow from in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If you want to try tallow, you can go right to nourishbalm.com. We'll put a link here. You can try it, and if you have any questions, please reach out. We know that this is a newer product and people will have quite a bit of questions about it. And if there's anything we didn't answer, please reach out. We'd love to be able to help and answer any questions that you have. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.
Take care.